Welcome to the Prepped and Polished podcast, the podcast that empowers you to take control of your education, featuring weekly interviews with influencers in the world of education, as well as tutoring tips, lessons, and updates.
Hi everyone, welcome to another Tutoring Tips episode of the Prepped and Polished podcast. It's Terri K of Prepped and Polished. Please be sure to check out our website, www.preppedandpolished.com, for more info. While you're there, sign up for our free tutoring and test prep tips newsletter. It comes out monthly. You can join our Prepped and Polished community on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Prepped and Polished. You can submit a question during the show or after to radio@preppedandpolished.com. We love hearing from you. Let's get right to episode number 123, SAT Evidence-Based Reading Test. How to tackle paired multiple choice questions. Many of my students have been struggling with these paired questions that work together, getting one or the other incorrect. But you can avoid that pitfall if you follow some basic strategies that I'll outline later. First, you'll be given a multiple choice question such as, the passage implies that American cities in 1974 A, were witnessing the flight of minority populations to the suburbs, B, had begun to lose their manufacturing sectors, C, had a traditional four-zone structure, and D, were already experiencing demographic inversion. Next, you'll be given a citing textual evidence question. Which choice provides the best evidence for the answer to the previous question? And you're given 4 snippets, the first and last words of sentences and the lines where they appear to make it easier for you. Here's the evidence that supplies the answer to both the multiple choice question and the citing textual evidence question. Virtually every city in the country had a downtown, a factory district just beyond that, districts of working class residences just beyond that, residential suburbs at the far end of the continuum. So a student should notice that this sentence is listing 4 different areas or zones. And another clue was that this was in a part of the passage about urban America in 1974, which is what the multiple choice question was asking. So this supplies the answer to the multiple choice question. C had a traditional 4-zone structure, and it also supplies the answer to the citing textual evidence question C, because there's the snippet with the first and last word of this sentence which provided the evidence. Here are some specific strategies on how to approach paired multiple choice questions. And remember, it's okay to work on them both at once. In fact, you should. So first, read the passage actively and underline key facts, dates, etc. This is evidence, and you may have already found the evidence you need to answer a question. Next, read and find the best answer to the first question. Use textual evidence, fact, date, words that an author uses to signal his or her point of view. Third, look at the answer choices for the second evidence question carefully. Perhaps rereading particular parts of the passage will make something more clear or will draw your attention to a crucial detail that you overlooked. Fourth, revisit your answer to the first question. You may reconsider your answer based on the new information. Because remember, the questions must support one another. You should not get one correct and one incorrect. And number 5, don't overthink it or second guess yourself too much. If you get these strategies for paired multiple choice questions on the SAT reading test under your belt, you will not only improve your command of evidence subscore, but you will also hone critical skills that you will need in college and beyond. If you have any questions or you want more in-depth tutoring, either online or in person, simply email info@preppedandpolished.com and we'll be glad to help you. Good luck. This wraps up our show, episode number 123, SAT Evidence-Based Reading Test, How to Tackle Paired Multiple Choice Questions. Be on the lookout for our next podcast episode number 124, our interview with Deborah Heitner. Remember to access all of our podcast episodes. Go to www.preppedandpolished.com/podcast. Thanks for joining us on the Prepped and Polished podcast. Now go out there and take control of your education.
You've been listening to the Prepped and Polished podcast. For more information, check out preppedandpolished.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for listening. Class dismissed.